After I watched this video, I knew right away this was going to be the beginning of a long journey.
I'm up here again this morning at old Franklin County Courthouse, trying to receive justice, looking for it. I want y'all to know something, why I come up here and do these things and say these things about this statue. I want to give you a few examples of how this terrorist right here is still affecting people today. I'm riding home with my son last night, and he said, "Daddy, I'm scared to be with you. What if somebody follows us home and hurts us because of the things you're saying?" That means terrorism has already affected him. These people got 8% of their population terrorized, and they won't even admit it. Every black person in this town feels like this about this statue, but these people in this building won't even admit it to them. You want to know why? Because they can't be terrorized. They ain't got to worry about nobody coming home and following them home and hurting them for saying these things about this statue. If his judge in here comes out here and tell them people to take his statue down, they won't go to his house and beat them and rape. I'm telling you, they can't be terrorized. It don't affect them. I got to come up here and walk around this statue, around and around it, just to get them to see what that thing represents to me. Because it don't affect them. They keep putting black faces up here. Jeff, if you really came up here and you told these people what this statue mean to you, that would ruin your career. That's terrorism.
All right, welcome. We have here a special guest. Let's introduce Mr. Turnage. Tell the people who you are and where you're from.
My name is Henry Turnage from Franklin County, Virginia. You know, country boy.
Your old country boy, huh?
Country boy, man.
Are you married?
I'm married, man. I've been married for the last 18 years. You know, my wife's in the military. You know, she just retired, actually. Just retired 2 months ago. She's been in for 20 plus years. You know, we've been traveling around the world, you know, so we've seen it all, been through it all. You know what I'm saying? My kids, you know, are well traveled, you know, well versed. We like I said, we've been to multiple countries. You know what I'm saying? We've been around the world.
What countries have you experienced?
We just left Germany. You know, we was in Germany for 5 years. Before Germany, we was in Japan for 3.5 years. When we first started off, you know, before we had kids, you know, me and my wife, we started off in England. We were in England for 4 years. So we've been everywhere, you know what I'm saying? All continents.
How old are the kids? Boys, girls?
I have a boy who's not, he just turned 8, and I have a daughter who's 14.
Okay. And congratulations to Mrs. Turnage for her retirement. I wish I could say such a thing.
Man, huge accomplishment, man. Huge accomplishment.
My father is 66, 67, and he retired maybe 3 years ago. So I know she's not in her 60s, and she's already retired from the service.
Hey, look, man, just went back to work, man. Just went back to work, you know, just got out. You know, civilian, went straight back to the grind. You know what I'm saying? So it never stops.
Yeah, it's good for the body and the mind. So what exactly is going on? I know, but let's let the people know. What's going on in your hometown that has set you on this path that you're on right now?
We have if you guys want to Google it, Franklin County, Virginia, we have a Confederate statue monument in front of the courthouse, you know, right in front of the front doors of my courthouse. And you know, and I'm trying to get it removed. If you guys, you know my story.
Yes, I do.
Like I said, my wife's in the military and we just got back home, a couple of years ago, and all of this jumped off, the whole movement. And I'm trying to get this statue removed. It's a big sign of hate to me in front of, the place that it shouldn't be.
Speaking of the missus, how does she feel about, because they're all over Virginia in actuality, they're all over the country, and I'm aware that, that some of the more rowdy people have been forcefully removing and painting, spray painting, and all of this stuff, which I won't say too much about that. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. But how does the wife, the missus, how does she feel about these statues?
Man, she feels like I do, man, hurt. You know what I'm saying? She's fought for the American flag. Now she has, her and her family have to walk under the Confederate flag to go to court. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how anyone can explain that to me and my family. How we can have, me and my family have followed the American flag for the last 20 years. And now we have to come home and go to court under a Confederate slave flag. What I consider a terrorist flag, in my own estimations. I know some people don't, but that's what I consider it.
I think it's a very accurate description because, which leads up to my next point, that a lot of people don't seem to understand the history of the Confederacy and what it means to be a part of and have love for and defend the Confederacy. These statues were erected and these flags that they wave were all about ushering in Jim Crow. This was about keeping their movement going.
That's
and
it.
The movement was not about equality. It was not about.
It still is not. It still is not, man. If you know anything about my hometown, man, it is still not about equality. That's what I'm fighting for.
For all my people out there, because online you reach a lot of people, and I was just talking to some brothers in Syracuse, New York, and Ohio, and et cetera, et cetera. Let's tell them about Franklin County. I'll let you tell them about Franklin County.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Franklin County is the front lines. Franklin County is where the good old boys are. Franklin County is where, if there's a next civil war, this is where the real militias are. You know what I'm saying? These white boys up here are not playing. They are deadly serious about this flag. They are deadly serious about what it represents to them. They are deadly serious about they God-ordained right to be over top of, me and my family. They really believe this, and it's not, it's in my courthouse. It's in the board of supervisors. It's in the mayor's office. You know what I'm saying? For people who are in the city, they think that it's in the police station and they have to deal with the police. Well, they may be able to go to a white judge, a black judge, or they may be able to go to a black lawyer. I don't have that option in my hometown. It's all white. You know what I'm saying? All the positions in my hometown are white, and it's for a reason. It's set up like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It is designed that way. These people in power they take the power and they transfer it to their siblings or their family. It's that deep rooted in Franklin County. You know what I'm saying? Those people on that statue, that's their family that actually fought. This isn't one of the statues that's being knocked over in Roanoke or Robert E. Lee. That has nothing to do with Roanoke. These are actually their family members on the statue. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep rooted in this town. When I say the front lines, it is the front lines.
For some of my viewers and members of the different groups I'm involved with, they've heard me over the last few days talk about threats and racist militias. And for those who weren't paying attention, I know you're gonna pay attention tonight after this. Some of those militias are from your neck of the woods. They born and bred in Franklin County and the whole area out that way. And those guys are serious. The next few weeks would be spent in Franklin County, voter registration, marching, protesting, you name it.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing?
We're here registering voters. The Board of Supervisors has put a referendum together to go on the ballot for the removal of the Confederate flag statue. The Confederate statue right here in front of the courthouse.
Okay. And tell me, how much of a Connecticut is this?
I can't hear you.
How many people are wanting to vote?
Oh man, quite a few. It's quite a few people for and against the statue. So I think it's a pretty even split right now. We're trying to get registered voters, like I said, to try to get a positive outcome for both people. We just want the statue relocated to a more historical, appropriate place. We don't want to disrespect it at all, or we don't want to disrespect the soldiers that are on the statue. Like I said, they are Franklin County residents.
Okay. And how many people would you say? How many people have come out so far?
To come by so far, we've had about 10 so far come register to vote. We're at 3 different locations, so I'm not sure about their locations.
All right. And you just talk a little bit about the importance of this, so that people are registered there.
Oh man, the community needs to step up. Let your voice be heard. It's always a powerful thing, even without this on the referendum, just for your local elections and your presidential elections. In order for us to say that we matter today, man, we have to make sure that our ancestors mattered then. Our ancestors built this country, got no respect, got no land, they got no wealth. They helped build the slave masters' wealth. Can you imagine that? Imagine you working hard to empower and make your slave master more powerful. That's what they did. We'll want them to know, these people right here that represent this, that our family and our ancestors matter. For these kids right here.
There's that statue, there's that terrorist he's speaking of. Why is it everybody else gets reparations? Why is it everybody else gets a national apology? Why is it everyone else gets recognized as a victim?
Because of the victims. The victims did not matter, man.
3/5 of a man.
And they only wanted them to be considered 3/5 of a man so they could get their vote. The South, y'all need to go back and do your history, man. The Civil War was about votes. Most of the states were moving away from slavery, and these people knew that they were losing their voice in the United States of America. They knew that, so they wanted to count you as 3/5 of a man, but didn't want to treat you or give you the respect as a man.
Now they were losing their workforce. They were losing their workforce, and they were panicking. How can we get the cotton picked? How can we get the other crops handled without our workforce? They said clearly in their constitution, not ours, not mine, no make-believe, in their laws, their bylaws, their rules. We will fight for the institution of slavery to be kept within their territory. Okay, but that's not slavery. That's not racism.
If you guys have any Confederate statues around your way, go look on it. Go look up the Daughters of the Confederacy. They're right here on this statue. They also wrote the school books down south. Whitewashed history, man, made slavery not seem so bad. Mm-hmm. So nowadays white people can come when they try to take up for this statue and be like, it wasn't so bad. They don't know the beatings, the murders, the rapes, the child molestations.
That's right.
They don't consider any of that. None of that, because it never happened in those school books that they teach.
It's a shameful.
These people made sure of it.
It's a shameful part of history. We're not asking you to go around and preach about how bad your relatives were. We're asking you to acknowledge the symbols that recognize the ideologies of the past don't need to be at courthouses. They don't need to be in the town square. They just need to be in a museum or a historical zone where those who want to see them can go see them at will, by choice.
Seek them out.
And seek them out. Not where you go to handle your legal business, not where you go and mingle with people that you love and people that you share the same views with, just want equality, just want to get along and do just fine, live a normal life. How can we mix and mingle? How can we get equality? How can we even talk about equality when white supremacy is being promoted by the city? The state of Virginia makes a license plate that says, "Don't tread on me." Do you know where that comes from? "Don't tread on me" was part of the Confederacy, one of their slogans. You want to make it and put it on license plates, right? And you got people running around with that on the license plate and promoting a racist slogan.
And we wonder maybe why the bond is so high in our county. Pick and choose what you want on your plate. Get up and fix your plate yourself. Don't let somebody else fix your plate for you. Because you can complain when somebody else fixes your plate. It's easy to complain then. You don't know what's over there. Go see. Go see what you're voting for. Don't just vote for a law that it sounds nice, and then you're giving away your ancestors' land. Know what's going on. So I'm going to wrap this up. I had some other nice things I wanted to say. And it was really nice. It was really nice and planned. But see, I got messed up. I got messed up by a few people in front of me. Thank you, Jesus. There were a few sisters in front of me that took me out. I said, okay, that's nice. I'm going to mention my shirt just because I didn't spend so much time on it. But right now, I think it's a little more important for me to share something from a known prophet. This one is not necessarily part of the 4 Gospels. You may or may not see her name somewhere through the book of Revelation. But this prophet is called Lauryn Hill. And prophetess Lauryn Hill has a song called "Everything is Everything." I thought it was important to remind us of that because every vote counts. There's somebody out there, there's a spirit out there that likes to make you think, oh, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It matters. That cord doesn't work without you. So here's what prophetess Lauryn Hill said. I wrote these words for everyone who struggles in their youth, who won't accept deception instead of what is truth. It seems we lose the game before we start to play. Who made these rules? We're so confused, easily led astray. Let me tell you that everything is everything. Everything is everything. Because after winter must come spring. Yes, everything is everything. I'll philosophize, possibly speak the tongues, beat the drum. Street Baptist, rap is fine, linen from the beginning. My practice extending along the atlas. I begot this, flipping the ghetto into a dirty mattress. You can't match the rapper/actress, more powerful than 2 Cleopatras. Bomb graffiti on the tomb of Nefertiti. MCs ain't ready to take out the Serengeti. My rhymes are heavy in the mind of Sister Betty Shabazz. Elboogie sparks with stars and constellations, then come down for a little conversation. Adjacent to the king, fear no human being. Roll with the cherubims, Colosseum. Now hear this mixture where hip-hop meets scripture. Develop a negative into a positive picture. Now everything is everything. What is meant to be will be. After winter must come spring.
Change will come.
Change, it comes eventually. Here's the last little bit. So sometimes, it seems we'll touch that dream. But things come slow or not at all. But the ones on top won't make it stop. So convinced that they might fall. Here's my favorite part. It says, let's love ourselves. That we cannot fail. That we can't fail. To make a better situation. Tomorrow our seeds will grow. All we need is dedication. Let me tell you that everything is everything. And after winter must come spring. So yeah, we're in fall right now and winter's coming. But what comes after winter? Spring. Get ready for your spring. Ashe. Welcome.
I would have had to use hours of video to cover everything that we did together, and plus what Henry did with his team turnage on his own. This is just a small portion of the work we put in.
Thank everybody that helped me register voters in Franklin County. Thank everybody that showed up for the sales to the polls. Black Lives Matter of Franklin County, NAACP of Franklin County, Voters Matter of Franklin County, man. Thank all of y'all, man. Everybody who put in work, bro. Appreciate it. Good looking out. What did we received? We received 9,056 votes, man. 9,056 votes in Franklin County to relocate the statue. That's 30% of the population, or 30% of the voters, y'all. That's not small, man. I feel very good about that, bro. In Franklin County, we turned in 30%, bro. We turned our little small 4% or 8% of the population into 30%.